Dad, what are you doing? Why are you in the Nether Realm?
But now who's being overprotected?
I know you think you have things to make up for, but
I'm doing this for Sonya. She's family.
that's why I'm worried.
I'll be fine. You stay safe, you hear?
You stay safe too. I love you. Briggs out.
Briggs out.
Feeling better? Or worse?
Not sure. Maybe both.
They'll be fine.
The question is, will I be?
We have good crossfire position. But why is it Quan Chi travels by conventional means?
He seems unable to fully use his magic. He's weaker than when I was in his service.
Serena's dead on. He doesn't have Shinnok as a power source. He's still Quan Chi, though.
I realize you agreed to guide and observe, but you are welcome to assume any role you wish.
I'm too rusty. I don't want to jeopardize the mission.
He approaches.
Now!
Do not interfere, Jax Briggs. Go back into hiding.
Hiding. Guess I have.
What's up, guys? Welcome back for another episode of Let's Play Mortal Kombat X for the Loser Lounge. Today's chapter has us taking control of Jackson Briggs. So, Jax. So, he was the original leader of the Outworld Investigation Agency until later on when Sonya took over. He made his in-game debut in Mortal Kombat 2. For the most part, he was just portrayed as the archetype African-American hero. In the Special Forces Training Command, he was Sonya Blade's direct supervisor and ultimately the catalyst for her impulsiveness that you see throughout the series. Jax is very clear-headed, careful, and is always watching on what his men are doing. And when need arises, he is a beast on the battlefield with the attitude and ferocity of a lion. I'm reading the wiki thing, by the way, so in case it sounds like, oh, this sounds really cool, like, nah, he's just reading straight from the wiki now at this point. Because, honestly, like, Jax, I don't know a whole lot about him. I love his Jack-ness, though, and his fighting style. At least in this one, at least one of the variants for it. The wrestler one is probably my favorite one. So that's why, throughout his chapters, I pick up his moves a lot faster than I did the others because I played him a lot. So I had a good foundation of what it was and how to do it. So I didn't have that much trouble going into his stuff and getting things pulled off combat-wise. Oh, I hate Kung Lao and this stuff.
That knocked some of my rust off.
Welcome home, Jackson Briggs.
This hell is not my home.
Then why be fool enough to return?
I got a family to protect.
Quan Chi reunited me with my family. He will do the same for you.
Alright, so a little bit about Sindel that I know at the top of my head. So she is Kitana's mother and Shao Kahn's wife. She was originally the queen of Edenia, whose original king, King Jarrett, was murdered by Shao Kahn. And at that point, I believe she was brainwashed, or at least it changes. Either she was brainwashed or she willingly went over. I honestly think it's still the brainwashing thing that happened. After he conquered Edenia and merged it with Outworld, he brainwashed Sindel and took Kitana as his daughter, so he had an heir. And that's pretty much the gist of what I remember. But back to Jax, he was actually the one responsible for Kato's disfigurement, which forces him to wear that metal plate over his head. And in Mortal Kombat 9, Sindel is actually the one that killed Jax, Nightwolf, Striker, Cabal, like all those other ones. And he was later on revived as Remnant for Quan Chi, so all the Remnants you see at the very beginning, they mostly died due to Sindel. Minus Kung Lao and Liu Kang. Those guys were like killed by something else entirely.
Quan Chi's not helping you.
It is possible to escape Quan Chi, Kitana. I can aid you, as Bihan aided me.
You became too familiar with Bihan, allowed emotion to corrupt you.
Emotion freed me.
I don't understand, Kitana. I mean, I hate the things I did here, but you enjoy being a Revenant.
It suits me. I am a victim no longer.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but this ain't the way to assert yourself.
Alright, so Kitana, she's actually 10,000 years old. I did not know that. But she is considered young in terms of Edenia timelines. She has the appearance of a young woman. Throughout the years, she rose to great importance, first as a loyal stepdaughter to Shao Kahn, but then as his enemy, tearing herself away from his grasp and freeing her homeworld of Edenia. In Mortal Kombat 11, she plays a much more prominent role. However, it's going to be like on the side of good, since the whole time travel thing, they go back to like before she was killed. Oh no, Striker and Kitana. I believe those two also died by Sindel. I'm not 100% sure about Kitana though. I think she was. It's been a long time since I played 9, so I'm not very well versed in that one. She's obviously the love interest for Liu Kang. Even after he was murdered by the Deadly Lions, like towards the end, you can see his spirit interacting with her. So that's cute. Although she was loyal to Shao Kahn for most of her life, she eventually betrayed him and aligned herself with earthrealmers. And her betrayal was mainly the result of growing doubts as the morality of her actions and resulting feelings of guilt, as well as anger at the discovery of the truth about her past and her true father, King Jarrett, so I was right about his name. And her DNA was also mixed with Baraka's in terms of, well, not really Baraka's, but with Tarkan's in general, to make Melina her stepsister.
I gotta believe there's hope for you. Mother of God.
We've lost many. The rest are wounded.
And our friends.
The tide turned against them. They fled.
How you two doing?
I'm fine.
That's what I thought.
Where are you going?
Gonna bag me a sorcerer.
Alone?
You'll be killed.
Wouldn't be the first time.
In your weakened state, is it possible for you to release Shinnok?
I am more than capable.
And Devora? Are you certain she is capable?
She will bring the amulet to me.
And I'll be waiting for her.
Jax Briggs. A pleasant surprise.
Nothing pleasant about it.
So you return to Raiden? The foolish follow fools.
Oil! Raiden did his best. He saved Earthrealm.
He murdered me!
That isn't true.
You were not there! He stole everything from me! You do not deserve to join us. Instead, you will learn there are worse things than death.
Alright, so last fight is against Liu Kang, for the most part, the main guy of Mortal Kombat, the poster boy. So Liu Kang, he is one of the few original characters debuting in the first Mortal Kombat game. He serves as the protagonist for both MK1, 2, 3, 4, the Mortal Kombat 2011 game as a co-protagonist, and then in Mortal Kombat 11 too. The only game where he is actually canonically killed is in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, when he is murdered by both Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, the Deadly Alliance. He became the Grand Champion of Mortal Kombat in the first 4 tournaments. However, in the Ultimate Timeline, he only became the Grand Champion 2 times due to the fact that the 3rd tournament did not take place during the invasion of Earthrealm. Although he appears in like every main Mortal Kombat game, Deadly Alliance is the only one where he's not a playable character since he's dead. I don't know why. For some reason, they could have just made him like an undead skin and like had him playable that way. But his playstyle did kind of differ in that one. Ooh, I barely got that. Well, not really barely. I did better in that one at least. So for the most part, throughout the series, he has been gradually portrayed as the main hero, becoming champion. After the first game, he's the one responsible for defeating Shang Tsung, Goro, and Shao Kahn himself, which I think those are the 3 he defeated to become champion to begin with. He's often considered the greatest threat to the planet of Shao Kahn, and he's a member of the White Lotus Society, which trains extensively at the Wuxi Academy, along with his best friend Kung Lao. It was at the academy where he was murdered by Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, but his body was eventually resurrected without his spirit in Mortal Kombat Deception, and that physical half killed hundreds of innocent people with the skills he refined to protect them while he was alive.
I wish I could help you, Liu Kang.
Jax, there is no need.
Just stop talking. It's good to be back. Kenshi, I got him.
Excellent work.
I'm staying here. Devore is on her way. You need to get Quan Chi to Sonya. She'll make him spill his guts.